Morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Ace, and I like art. Hope you're having a great morning. It's Monday once again. We're doing another art stream. I'm going to try to finish this 3D clothing here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to finish this 3D clothing here for my model. I'm doing my characters. I'm doing characters for a webcomic story. Okay, I'm doing them in 3D to use as reference for the webcomic art. Okay, so that way I can do them quicker. I don't have to struggle with perspective or anything like that. Okay. But I'm not an expert. So this is doubling as a learning experience as well. Okay. I've been doing this for 3 years. I can reliably create the things that I want to create, which is nice, but we have some issues here that we're trying to fix here before we can go on. So I'm working on this strap. This is what I got so far. If you saw last stream, this was in pretty bad shape. I don't even know if I can get it any better than this. I just can't get rid of these cracks. All right. Definitely a constant reminder to do these things on a separate mesh and then just attach them later. I think just sculpting everything in can only take you so far. Or maybe that's the reason why people just have, just textures with these types of details on them. So, for example, you would just have the basic shape of a bag, and then you would just draw in all the detail on the texture and then just put it on. But I wanted to try to learn to sculpt this because it really helps with the shadows and perspective and things like that. When done right. We're still getting there, but hope you had a great weekend. Had a pretty chill weekend as always. A little bit of rain, a little bit of heat, and we're gonna go on ahead. Is I'm gonna continue working on this a little bit. Yeah, for some reason these are very very hard to get rid of. I'm not sure what happened here, to be honest. These I did not do this 100% manual. What I did was I created a shirt with garment tool, and then I masked this shape out and then retopologized it. And I think something from that shirt only affected this side. I can sculpt this side just fine. And I think there is a solution here to that. I could just cut this whole thing in half. I could work on this side, cut it in half, and then mirror it. I think that would work because the retopology is simple enough. See, I tried to make this a little less sloppy than usual. I'm working on another scope after that came after this. This is been a I've been working on this for a while. Okay, but the next scope I've already solved all these problems. It's just I can't without completely redoing it. I can't really fix what I've already done. So I'm just trying to make it look somewhat good, before moving on. Um, but yeah, I think I could do that actually. Now that I'm looking at the retopology, I might actually be able to just cut this. No, I can't. I just remember because of this. I would have to. Nah, I can't mirror it. I would lose this part of the mesh if I did that. Yeah. Well, anyways, like I said, I've already solved this problem. I'm doing my clothes manually, like from scratch now. I'm not using the garment tool anymore, and it come out way better. So, and of course, next time I do a clothing or any kind of accessory, buckles and straps and things, I'm just gonna do on a completely separate mesh and then just attach them because it just looks better. All right, let's see. Go back to scope mode here, and I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to manipulate this a little bit more because I don't want to just leave it like this. Even though this is enough for me to reference, like if I were to draw this right now, I could do it. It would still serve its purpose, but I do want to improve my sculpting skill. All right, and clothing is something that I need to work on. So At the very least, we could try to make this look better. So I want to make sure that that was going the way that I wanted it to go, which is, oh, that's not that way. See, look, it just doesn't, for some reason, this part right here just does not compute. Oh, let me stop doing that before I have to see how this doesn't really, yeah, I don't know why it's behaving differently right here, but that's the way it is, okay? On this side, however, everything is fine. Look, check this out. I can just create more brush strokes the way I want them to. If this were to happen on the other side, I would be able to fix it, but for some reason it's not, so I'm struggling. Still don't fully understand how Blender works, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it. I might have to leave it like this because it just gets crumpled more and more. It's like I'm flattening it now. Now, in other parts, this would be a solution. I'm trying to smooth out the creases, but it just creates more creases, as you can see. Things just ain't working out for Ace right today, regarding this. I want to finish this so that way I can do my next sculpt with everything that I've learned, and these mistakes aren't going to happen again in the next sculpt. Okay, you won't see the entire thing. I've For some reason I've gone all in on just um basically just having the entire process on record at least one time, okay, just so I can say that's how I did this. All right, this is how I did it. All right, that's, I don't know why I'm committed to this. I think it's because since I've already streamed every other part of this, I might as well finish it, right? And technically, I've already streamed this part. This is just literally the secondary details, the tertiary details, baking, and micro details, right? Not in that order. I've done this for the body and all the other articles of clothing. This is the last article of clothing that I have to do. And then I can move on to actually texturing and coloring and things like that. But I wanted to like I said, I wanted to just stream the entire process at least one time. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, are we getting a little bit of, can we actually work with that? I don't know why it's working this time. Suddenly. Is there something, I don't know, man. This was not working on, well, when that's Tuesday, I believe. And I tried to um to try to advance this throughout the week, but it was a little bit of a busy week, so I didn't get super far. I think I started and ended with just this strap so far. I'm trying to just add and then scrape away the impurities here. It doesn't, it just won't let me do it. They either get more pronounced, they strengthen, they add. I don't know why it's doing this. I can't see. I have to just keep manipulating it over and over until I get something that resembles, a smoother surface. Okay, this side's been cut, cracked. I don't even think a buckle could take this much punishment without breaking. I don't know, but that's what we got. I'm just gonna have to work around that if I can't fix it, which is fine. I can do it. I do a lot of drawing. I do a lot of 2D art, digital art, so it's not a problem for me. I've done that for a lot longer than I've done 3D art, so I could easily fix these problems when I finally use this as a reference. Um, yeah, there it is. See here. What do I got? Try to smooth out. Hey, 99, welcome in. That's no problem. No problem at all. Work away. Hope you're having a great morning so far. Going to try to move this up. I want to make sure that this isn't too crooked. It's about the same ish. I think I might have just pulled it up a little bit more. And the other side. Uh, just trying to smooth this out a little bit more. It just I've I've literally done this for hours, okay? And now it's to the point now that we're back on stream with this. I don't ever want to do something like that like this again, okay? Have to fix this problem again. I don't want to deal with this problem anymore. And I don't want to just give up on it either because I want to learn how to, you know, to fix things like this even though they're not going to happen anymore because I'm pretty sure it was Garment Tool that did it. As a matter of fact, hold on, let me see. Yeah, maybe there's something there. I think there's maybe a. Is there a claw? No, no, don't do that. X that out. Okay. I wanted to see if there was like a cloth modifier or something that I could just delete or something, but no, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it's here. All right, it's here to stay. Give me 1 second. All right. Let's try to. I'm just keep. What I'm doing is I'm just adding more bulk and then trying to smooth out that bulk, and hopefully getting rid of these imperfections. That's all. That's really all the only way I can fix it. It's such an involved process because they it seems like they're going away now, and this is after manipulating it so much, but they're not easy to get rid of. Okay, this is like my last week. I'm just trying to figure out how to solve things like this, even though I'm pretty sure I know what the problem is, and it shouldn't be an issue in the future. But in case I'm wrong, in case it isn't Garment Tool and there's just something that I did, something that I don't know, some way that I sculpted it, even though I don't think that's the case because this didn't happen with any other sculpt, so I don't know. I don't know what caused it. I think it's Garment Tool. I'm almost certain. Just gonna keep blaming Garment. But yeah, much better to just sculpt it close out. All right, there's really no time lost. If I can just get rid of this big crack, this crack, and try to scrape it. Oh, see, look, I'm smoothing it out, and that's what's happening. So let me just go. Let me try to flatten it. The best I can do is like wrinkles. That's it. I can turn the crevices into wrinkles. I may just have to just leave this alone because it's. I don't want to work on this for another week. I actually want to be done with this so we can move on. I'm at the end. Okay, I'm at the very end of this. It's just textures, the the rest of the eyes and hair and rigging. That's it. And rigging is pretty much. I just got to figure some things out with that. I pretty much know how to do that. That's a very simple process. And if it works, which I hope it does, then we're done. Because I haven't fully figured out. It's an auto rigging. I'm using Rigify, but I mean I've done it manually before. Okay, it's just gonna take a lot longer, but it will work in the end. But I won't have what I really wanted. The reason why I switched to Rigify is because I can manipulate the entire face, and that would be very useful for my webcomic because then I can do emotions easier. That was the whole reason why I switched to Rigify. So I really need to get that to work. There really is no alternative. I can already do the entire body. It's just the face, the facial feature, the facial rigging. I can make them look however I want, even cartoony. So if I can just get that to work properly, then we're good. I can do physics and hair and all that. I want to try to do all that because then I can learn to animate everything, including the face. That's going to be the next step. I'm not going to do. I'm probably there won't be any. I don't know if there will be any animation focused streams, but I'm definitely going to be working on it in some capacity. Okay, and if I can get proficient at that, at least get that at least to this level, whatever this level is. I don't know. If I could get animation to a working level, then I'll be satisfied with that. Okay, and then we can just spend our days um, refining that as well. Let's smooth out this buckle here, this belt. Let's see. Okay. At least that. It's just the buckle that's giving me trouble. I don't know. I don't know. And I don't want to subdivide it anymore because that's going to be a lot of stress on Blender. All right, let's see. Draw sharp. Sorry, I got a freaking gnat in here. I had to. It's one gnat, and I want him. Okay, what happened? What happened to? Oh, okay. I want him dead. I don't like gnats flying around in front of me. Okay, it must have flown in when I opened the door. Outside and been trying to hunt him down. I want him dead tonight. Tonight being in the next couple minutes. All right. But I missed him. Apparently, I didn't get him. He flew in front of me. I didn't get him. Usually, I get him when I do that. Whenever they do come in here, I don't normally have gnats in here. I don't allow them to live long enough to be in here. I see them. They gotta go immediately. Anyways, sorry about that. If that was a loud clap, I'm sorry. I'm sure it'll be in front of the mic. I'm going to try to to get rid of it silently somehow. So there might be a slight delay in progress today if he keeps doing that, keeps flying in front of me. Anyways, oh, okay, I'm just trying to sharpen the corners a little bit, make them a little bit more, give them a little bit more of a sharper edge, just so I can see the form in its entirety from any angle. They're a little thick though, but I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm definitely making a mental note of all the things that could be better, so that way when I actually do get do a strap and do it separately, I can probably make them much thinner than that as a separate mesh. Whenever I sculpt something out of something else, it's exaggerated. I've noticed that it's very exaggerated. I just want to get rid of these here. I don't want to. I want to smooth out the edge. I keep smoothing out the edge by accident. Oh, yeah, even that's not even working right for some reason. Look, I smoothed this out and it just destroyed the edge for some reason. I might just have to just leave it. Okay. If it was completely symmetrical, I would just cut it in half and then and mirror the good side, but I can't because of what I've already done here. This turned out fine. Okay. Might take just a little bit more refining, but that's exactly how it should be. One hook, one button, the end. But because it's asymmetrical, I can't just simply fix this because I would. I could redo it, but I'm not gonna redo. I don't want to redo anything. Okay, I'm kind of over this. This is really testing my patience. You don't under. I mean, if you see the previous streams, this side was in pretty much bad shape. Okay, it was a lot of bad shapes here. A lot of things to fix. All right, and I've smoothed it all back out real nice. That this is probably this is fine. I think I might just leave it like this. But this flap right here is exactly the way it should be. Underneath, probably just smooth it out and just be done with it. Um, I think I'm just being stubborn at this point. I just saw it again. I don't know if it's the light or the heat from the monitor or what. Why does it have to be right here? Turn my fan on. Get away from me. I have acquired a bottle of Febreze. If it lands on my screen, I'm just gonna spray it. That'll be the end of that. Real quick, real easy. And I hope the Febreze does not affect my tablet because I'm looking at my tablet right now. That's the only reason why I have Febreze. It's just so I don't have to physically hit anything. I have electronics all around me. So if something flies in front of the screen, I can spray it with the Febreze and done with it. I don't really need Febreze for anything else. It's I keep my place clean so it doesn't really smell. It doesn't have a smell of any kind. I just don't like it when I see a gnat. I don't like I don't like gnats. Okay, get this gnat out of here. It's one gnat, one stupid gnat, and they never leave me alone. They're always right here. Anyways, let me stop talking about this. There's always a problem or something. All right, every 5 minutes, problem. Can't have that. Every stream, there's something that I have to combat. Don't get it. All right. Wait. Nope. See, can't just see. Okay. You know what? Here we go. We're gonna do this. It might maybe if I just lower the strength. Is there like an in between, like a state that I can get it in that is acceptable that it doesn't go too far? Don't know. I can still. Well, I don't know. It's kind of smoothing out a little bit, but it's not fully going away. Like I said, these sculpts that the beginning the first three sculpts I would say probably won't ever see besides the stream ever see the light of day. You know, they're not the final products. So, but I really want to improve my sculpting of people and clothing so that I can make something in 3D that I can consider the final product and I would be okay with posting it. I wouldn't post this because there's too many mistakes. These are basically just practice sculpts in my opinion. So yeah, I don't. They're just not. It's just not budging. I think I might just have to leave it. Might just have to leave it. I'm trying to. Well, yeah. All right, so it's not as strong here anymore, but that crease ain't going away. It just isn't going away. Uh, trying to just scrape it out. I got most of it out though. I got most of it. Just these little ones right here, and this entire side. Can't do it. Can't get the job done. Well, it's there. I can't shape it, so I'm not even gonna try to shape it. It should be more like this, how it kind of like curves down and then curves around and then back up again, almost like a horseshoe. That's almost, well, I don't know. That may still kind of has that shape. I guess it's fine. We'll just draw it. I guess I'm going to leave this now. Otherwise, I'm going to be working at this for another week for a mediocre result. I just don't want to do it anymore. I think I had enough of that. It's just not going to work. I'm literally just. It's like it feels like one step forward, one step back. That's what it feels like. So, um, it's not anymore. All right, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. This is how it should work. Okay, just smoothing out. And this actually it shouldn't even be here in the first place. So I'm gonna go back because I don't want to lose that edge there. It should just be me smoothing out these things that shouldn't be here in the first place and moving on. But No, not for Ace. We gotta just give all the obstacles to me, huh? Give all the obstacles to Ace so we can tread water on stream and off stream. And this, don't even get me started with this. Look, this buckle is completely destroyed. Look at it. Look at it. It wasn't even that great to begin with. So I think I should just leave it and just what happens when we work on something for too long. It gets to the point where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. But we have to go on. We have to do it. We have to go on. Things aren't just working out the way that it should be working out. This sculpt is supposed to be better than the last sculpt, okay? That's the rule. It's the only rule. The next sculpt better than the last. I mean, and technically it is, but and the sculpt after this, because there is a sculpt after this, is better than this one. I'm just trying to bring this closer to that level, okay? That's all I'm trying to do. We're threading the needle into perfectionism territory, okay? I don't really consider myself a perfectionist. Just want to try to learn how to do things in a way that could be considered the right way. At least the result looks accurate, you know. I mean, I don't know if there is a right way, but definitely something that you can look at it and say, "Oh yeah, I know what that is." See how easy this is on this side? It's just this. It's just that side. I don't know what happened over here, but I can actually form a new surface and then mold it the way I want it, the way it should be working. Just I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm almost tempted to just cut this in half anyway and then mirror it and then just redo it. I mean, I would only have to be redoing this. It's just the only problem I have with it is this is exactly how I wanted it. It's just I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be redoing something either way. That's the bad part. I'm gonna be redoing something. Okay, hold on, wait a minute. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe it's just certain parts that just didn't transfer well. I don't know. I shrink wrapped it and I gave it a multi resolution so I could do these finer details, and just some areas aren't clearly defined enough. And I think this it's one of two things. Okay, it's either garment tool or it's my own retopology. Both could be true though. But based on the fact that I've never had this problem before on my previous sculpts, even though they were a bit simpler when it comes to clothing, I'm going to assume that it's probably garment tool because I've already been working on my retopology. So more polygons, more problems, I guess. Just got a little bit of a dip there. I'm gonna fill that in, smooth it, just keep doing it, and see how easy that is. It was really supposed to be just me, just just further refining the shape, okay? But I'm fixing it. Instead, I'm fixing it. It's really far in the process to be fixing things. It shouldn't be anything that needs to be fixed. But I'm definitely going to have to when I sculpt this the first time around and get the basic shapes in. Definitely going to have to make sure that we have the proper shapes at that moment. It's that way we're not doing it here. I think that's definitely on me. Smooth out, smooth out, smooth out. Try to smooth this out. Okay, just fill this in a little bit. Then this around. Yeah, those little notches shouldn't be there. So I'm gonna smooth them out. I think I went a little too far out with the, with the sculpt there, trying to make that edge. I want to try to just smooth it out to at least to where the buckle actually is there in the belt, or it's not belt, the straps, where the straps meet the bag. I'm gonna smooth that part out. We went out too far here. I mean the information is there. You know, I can draw the strap and the buckle, no problem. Loops behind. I think realistically it's two straps. It's this buckle's in between, or no, this buckle would be attached to the bag, and the strap would be looped through it, and you just pull it. And realistically, the strap would be probably hanging down some. I think that's what I would do is just draw the strap hang down a little bit so it's cinched shut. Don't ask me what's in it. I didn't think that far. Maybe it's a med kit, a video game med kit. Looks like one, doesn't it? From like Tomb Raider or something. Just put or I don't know, a parachute. Not the parachutes aren't that low though. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I could be wrong though. I never actually used a parachute. I don't think you can put a parachute back there, but let's just say medical supplies are back there. Even though this person is not a medic, could be like a tourniquet, some gauze, something. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't. I don't know what kind of what would be in the packing list of a field medic kit, a first aid kit in 1972. All right, I don't know, but that's what we're doing here, and that's the year that this particular scene takes place. It's in 1972. Um, I think before we move on to the front, because oh no, we can't move on to the front. I want to see if there's anything I can do with this because it's destroyed. It's completely destroyed, and I don't know what destroyed it. I'm gonna say that I did it. Okay, I destroyed it. It was me. It was always me. All right. I'm not gonna blame Garment Tool anymore. This is all my fault. There was something that happened that, and I can't. I'm not sure if I can fix it. So we're just gonna have to go on. Taking full responsibility from here on out. Let's see. Try to flatten this edge. Flatten this. Of course, flattening the two sides does not create a crease for some reason. So I'm going to forcefully create one with draw sharp. I got to hold down control. Oh, that's a little too strong. You know what? Let's just take this back down to 500. Yes. Because on this side, things work a little better. It's just the other side. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think it might actually be the red topology. So even though it's for the clothing it's better than the last sculpt, I think there are still some problems. Let me look at it again. Let's see. Yeah, maybe it could be a little bit more dense. It could be this. This could be the reason why. I mean, this is what I was following what was underneath. So I mean, maybe I didn't follow it well enough. I think I'm gonna have it more numerous. I have to make the faces a little bit smaller for the clothing. I do it for the body. It's just I'm not very good at clothing, so I'm still learning how to get my clothing to that level, to the level of what I do for the body. And the body isn't super perfect either, but it's definitely better than the clothes, and it's something that I've been working on since I started learning. So naturally, the body, my actual humans would be better than clothing. I think what I was doing at first was just making a simple. I was making shirts and jackets and garment tool and just leaving it. not even smoothing it out. I just wanted it was more of like a proof of concept. Yes, I can make a person with clothes, but now um, through the progression, it wouldn't make sense to have like a near, a semi-realistic or even a hyper-realistic character with polygonal clothing. That doesn't make any sense. So we got to do the clothing better. The further along I went in the body, the more the clothes stood out. So I have to work on my clothes now. So here we go. Okay. I got one side, but I'm gonna stabilize the stroke anyway with stabilized stroke here on the brush tool settings and try to get a little bit straighter lines. Even speaking can still affect how this is drawn. So forgive me if I'm quiet a little bit when I'm doing that, when I'm doing the line right there. All right. I'm using, yeah. I mean, I have a tablet and a stylus, and I can do the modeling with it, but I learned using a mouse, so I tend to go back to the mouse. Nope, that's not what we want. I gotta hold down control. I don't remember having to hold down control to create a crease, but well, I guess so. I mean, the brush there. I mean, it's a dip. See in there, but I don't remember. I thought just drawing it would. Well, yeah, I guess that's the intended use of it. Anyway, I must be maybe either they changed it or maybe I'm thinking of a different brush. I'm gonna try to move this a little bit out. I keep seeing an ad for a Hellraiser game. I didn't know they were making a Hellraiser game. What are you gonna do? Just don't pursue the Pandora's box, and you're fine. There should even be a problem here. Somebody's always looking for that box. I don't know why. Don't know why. Or no, it's called it's not the Pandora's box. What is it called? The something configuration. I forget. It's been a long time since I've seen Hellraiser, so I kind of forget the details behind that story. Anyway, it might as well be Pandora's box. Now, some creases are okay. This seems like it would be the type of wrinkles you would find in a bag, so maybe we can leave those there. Oh, I'm using the wrong brush. I don't even know why I did that. I'll just scrape that a little bit. Just a little bit. Just trying to scrape it a little bit here. Yeah, I mean, without some really drastic changes, I don't think I can manipulate it any more than that. The back, the buckles, I'm just gonna have to create those separately in order to get them better than that. Or subdivide them more and then try to sculpt them at that level. But I'm at the point where I'm just want to get I just want to do a better job on the next one. This one I don't even know, man. What is this? What is this? This is very right off the bat. It's hard to smooth out. It's not smooth. Well, actually, no. It's kind of smoothing out. It's completely destroyed. I would do all four of these straps separately, along with the buckle. There's two cinch buckles on each strap. So I would just do one good one and then duplicate it. These ones are completely different. The front ones turned out pretty fine, I guess. They're not that much different. And this is supposed to be a hook. I didn't make a hook. Okay. I didn't make a hook. I just tried to shape one and leave it at that. I know what it's supposed to be, but that's not how it looks, okay? That's not how it looks at all. My next character is similar. It's almost similar, but the clothes are going to be a little bit more original. But there are going to be a lot of accessories. Okay, so I'm gonna have an opportunity to do this better on the next character, but not like this though. It's going to be something different. Can I? Gosh, actually, that's not so bad. It's just it lost all the form, so I gotta do it all again. It's the only problem. Like I'm basically starting over. Okay, we have a little problem here. It's not doing what I want it to do. That looks terrible. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Oh, we got to start over. I'm basically just doing it again, even after the retopology. And let's see. Let's go to edit mode. It should be exactly the same as the other side. I don't know why it isn't. Look, the retopology, I mean, it's not perfect, but it should look like the other side, but for some reason it doesn't. This is what we get instead. We get a melted, destroyed side, and you know what? That's it. I had enough of this. I had enough. No, no more. No more of this. I just got to do it. I'm cutting this in half, mirroring it, and then I'm just going to have to, I'm going to work on, no, I'm going to cut it in half and then work on just one side and then mirror it. There it is. I got to do it. It's the only way to fix this. That's the only way that I will be okay with whatever the result is. One. Oh wait, no, I can't. I can't do it. It's already unwrapped. I don't think that'll work. Oh my god. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I was gonna do it, but I just remembered I already unwrapped it. There's no problems before this point. It's just after. So I mean, it wouldn't really have the effect that I'm thinking. All right, never mind. I'm just gonna let it go, man. I can't. I can't. I don't have a. I don't have a. Hang on a second. Okay. I don't have solution for this as it is now. The only thing that I can do is make sure that everything before this point is completely well done better, I should say, than it was it was in this one. Which I of course I know. I know that already, so and it's already been fixed in the next scope. Gosh, oh my gosh. What is this? Oh, okay, well that's a little better. This is the inside. I don't know why you're seeing the inside here. Don't know why. That orange goes inside. It's not it, but it's out. Some of it's outside. So I don't know. That's probably going to affect the textures as well. But at this point, we got to just keep going. It's too far gone. It's too far. The only way to do this right would be to just do it over again. But I'm not doing it over again. I've spent enough time on this. It's too much time. All right. I'm way beyond the target time. way beyond it. So let's just continue. I'm going to try to make this side look like that side. I'm failing at that though because Blender's not making me not letting me make it look like that. I'm just gonna have to hold that. This is not a good representation of my of my skills. But at this point, I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. Just leave it like that. Sorry, I'm sorry I lost it a little bit there. Anyway, just try to. It's supposed to be like a teardrop. Yeah, if I were to cut it in half again, I would have to unwrap it again. I don't want to unwrap it anymore. Okay, it's a little better actually. Since I already know what I'm looking at, I'm not even using the reference that I used to make this in the first place anymore. I'm just you just sculpting it from my head here from what I remember about that particular buckle. So I'm definitely interested in making it its own mesh next time. I'm sure that I'll have to sculpt this buckle again at some for something. I don't know. Maybe I could revisit my first 3 sculpts. That's how many sculpts well, I mean, not counting the practice sculpts before them, but the sculpts that I've done on stream. Um, I could probably revisit those one day. I don't know if I would, but I'm not sure how I feel about that right now, but if it ever got to the point where I would have to do them again for some reason, I might consider it. That's just it's not great. I think the radius is too big right now. And the strap, forget about that. That's that's just not. Well, maybe I can like bulk it up a little bit. Yeah, this is not great, but it's okay. The show must go on. Yeah, it's beefing up the inside too. I thought I could cover it, but you can't cover it. It just comes out. It just pronounces it further, which is kind of weird. But I guarantee you, I know how to fix this next time. Goodness. It just barely resembles what I had. But look at the top. That's pretty bad. Oh, look at this side. What happened? You're not gonna see that side. This side will be up against the body, but naturally, I mean ideally I should say, you would want to do the front and the back. You want to do all the sides that you can't see as well as those sides that you can see. The sides that you can't see as well as good as the sides that you cannot see. Sorry. Wait, what? I don't even know. I'm sorry. I'm a little discombobulated right now. The sides that you cannot see, do them as well as the sides that you can see. Okay. Do we got it? Did you get that? Are we cool? I think we're cool. All right. Now I need to smooth some of this out. See, I tried to beef it up to make it look like the strap was being fed through it, but for some reason it just did not work that way. It doesn't seem to be behaving in the way that I want it to. How about inflate? Hey, that covers it. Look at that. Still looks bad, but I mean, at least there's less orange. I mean, that side I'm not gonna worry about anymore. You're never gonna see that. You're never gonna see this again. You're never gonna see these sculpts again. I promise you that. But you will see what I create with them. Okay, most likely. I'm not ashamed. Can I smooth that out? No. Can I scrape it? Not really. It's the same deal as the other buckle down here. It just looks like a really bad balloon animal. It's balloon animal sculpts I'm doing. These clown shoe sculpts. What? What? What am I saying? Can I smooth that crease? No, I can't. I can't do anything anymore. What is this? Can I smooth this side? Yeah, I can smooth that side. Good. I'm sorry. These are unforeseen circumstances that for some reason I can't work my way out of them. I got some of them. I got some of the things done on the other things, on the other meshes that I did. Just this one in particular was the hardest one, and this was the one that I did by hand, but it was done from parts of things that were done automatically, like the shirt. The shirt was done using a garment tool, which is it sort of works like a Marvelous Designer. If you've ever used it or seen it, it works like that. It's very similar to that. Uh, let's not. Let's not. Let's not. It's very, very, very mangled part of the mesh there. That's something that let's pull back all the way on this one. I mean, you can kind of see that it's a buckle, but it's not. It doesn't match the other side. That's the only problem. Ugh, I can't believe I'm gonna leave it like this. This is. If I could fix it, I would. I would definitely fix it if I could. It's just not cooperating. We see something. Let's see. Shirt, pants, boots, body. Okay. And don't mind the look. It's all the details are there in the render. It's just that I can't see them until I put the textures on because I didn't use test textures. Okay, he just needs the textures. That's all. But for the most part, he's done. He's almost done. Just needs color and hair, and to be rigged. It's coming. I want to try to get to it today. Actually, it's very shiny here, but it's not really showing his boots were carried over from a different mesh. For the first mesh, actually, so they're not perfect either. To be honest, I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna read, but my next scope is gonna have all new boots. I'm not carrying these over anymore. This will be the last time I use these boots. We must go beyond. We must go beyond the my first mesh boots. And the teeth are for my third sculpt ever. Okay, this is the third sculpt I've done on stream, but this is for my third sculpt ever. I've just been carrying over ever since. I'm not gonna do them anymore. They are fully textured and colored. As you can see, they have well, besides I don't know what that orange is. but they are the colors they're supposed to be. And they even have the gums. Of course, I didn't color them in right, but you can't really tell that when they're in the mouth. But I'm showing you that. That was one of my really early sculpts. Okay, I'm not sculpting any more teeth. That's good. We can just use those teeth. Unless the teeth are unique, then I'll sculpt more. Or I could take these teeth and just reshape them. Could do that. I could do it that way. Maybe one day. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll do them. Do a better version of them. That's what we got so far. Okay. Move on. Back to this. All right. There we go. Now, I just wanted to see how it looked with the shirt. It's not that. I mean, it is noticeable because some of the warp details are more pronounced than the other side. So that was really all I wanted to see. The front doesn't look that bad. It's just the back one. The back area, this whole side right here is just not cooperating with me. That's okay though. It's okay. Leave the shirt on for the time being. Can I smooth out these creases? Just creating more. It feels like I'm creating more creases. Now it just looks like it's vacuum packed. It's been an hour already. Oh, I guess so. Wow. All right. I think one way I could do it is just to fill in this part here. Why did this change shape? I'm not even over there. Smooth it. And I'm trying to. Sorry, I was in my thoughts there. I'm so sorry. Okay. Try to do. So see, these are supposed to be out. You know what? Yeah, these aren't really allowing me to shape them better anyway. I didn't want to just give up on it, but they're leaving me no choice. Who's they? Um, Blender is not leaving me any choice here, and this could be something that I did that's just compounding on itself, which I guess would be the retopology, and then um, everything else that I've done. Maybe the beginning sculpt wasn't as. Actually, I know that's a thing. It wasn't as good as it could be. We're definitely not gonna let this happen again. Okay, definitely not. We have to learn from this. We must get stronger, powerful, more powerful. I don't know what's going on here. I really don't know. I'm just trying to beef it up a little bit so it looks less like paper. I mean, it looks better than it started, but it's still not great, but very cartoony. Very cartoony. I know the shape. I can look at it and see what shape it's supposed to be, so I can affect it. And I still have the original picture that I used to create this, so it's okay. I don't want to accept something that is, below my skill level. I Okay, I can do better than that. I know it, but we gotta let it go because that's. I mean, it's just gonna look warped. It's just gonna keep getting more and more warped. It took me a week to get this to look like, to look like this, and this is still not where I want it to be. I'm not gonna spend that amount of time on this, and it's even smaller. It's gonna be even harder to manipulate. I'm just gonna have to find a way to do that better next time. So what I'm gonna do now is we're going to move to the front. Wait, hold on. Let me make sure. Let me try to smooth out some of these. It still looks like a sculpt instead of like realism. So let me at least try to smooth this out a little bit. You know what? This is fine because these could like have little small creases in them. This is like a shoulder pad, okay? I've actually seen how the edges could look. So that kind of works in my favor a little bit. But I can smooth it out a little bit there. Here. This is not intended to be this way. The solution is just to sculpt better clothing in the first place. And we got some ways to do that. So it's okay. It's all right. I think we're all right. I think we'll be okay. At a distance, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, this does stand out to me, and of course the orange, but you won't see the orange in the final product. Let's see. Okay. I don't want to jump around. I want to try to stay focused on one area at a time. Right now, it's just the back. These edges don't have to be sharp. Like I said, it's a pad. It's a thick pad. It goes around the shoulder. So I'm just smoothing out the sides here. Just gonna move around a little bit. Horrid. I think it'll be all right though. Overall, it'll serve its purpose. It'll be good enough to use it for what I need it for. I wouldn't put it in a video game because, well, I don't know, as long as the camera can't zoom all the way up like this, I think that's fine. Even for a video. No, I don't know. I think textures like buckles and cinch straps and things like that, and especially nowadays, they tend to look pretty good in a video game. But I think I could use this. I would definitely do a better job if this were for a video game. I would definitely be willing to do something again. You only get one. You can only release a game one time, right? But this isn't for a game. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm just saying that if this were to be used for anything other than a reference, then I would definitely make sure that there's as few mistakes as possible. And I know, I mean, obviously you want an accurate reference, but like I said, this is good enough for what I need it for. This is very good. Very, very, very good. I can't allow mistakes like this. It's something that in the final product, okay? I can't. This isn't the final product, but I can't allow things like this in the final product. It's very bad habits. When I started posting art online, I would post it, and a couple of days later, like, oh man, I should have done that line art better. I'm looking like these were final products of the final form of the project, and then I left a lot of mistakes in. I don't ever want to go through that again. It's like, oh man, dang, I colored outside the lines there, and then I just posted it. Like, oh, that's pretty darn sloppy. It's blurry, or the color, the values are sloppy. I was okay with that, and I hit post, Never again will I do that. That was when I was transitioning from traditional to digital, and of course it had been a few years since I had drawn at that point too. I was just getting back into drawing. I took like a 3 year break, and then I took another break when I wrote my comic. So those I realized that taking those long breaks really affects my art. So I need to keep up with it. I'm not one of those people that can just fall right back into it and be good. Even though I think sculpting has actually improved my art because I hadn't drawn something in a year, and I went back to digital art and I picked up right where I left off. So I don't know. I guess art in some form kind of keeps you from getting rusty. Maybe I don't know. Either that or I've just got better at what I'm doing. I don't know. Maybe maybe not. Maybe I'm full of malarkey. Malarkey. What is a That's a fish, right? Malarkey. Anyway, all right, so man, what did that? All right, whatever. I mean, it's not like the other side's perfect, but okay. Let's look at the front because I'm pretty much over this now. So there's some things that I might not even just bother fixing anymore. It's not being cooperative. If it would just listen to me for once, it would happen. I could easily fix this stuff, but it's not really doing what I want it to do. So I'm definitely going to pay more attention to the retopology. Well, actually, I can't confirm if it's the retopology or not until I get to the point on my other sculpt, get to this point on my other sculpt and see, because I didn't use garment tool on my other sculpt, so I need to find out exactly what's causing this. It could be the retopology, it could be garment tool, it could be both, but I can't really do anything about that until I haven't been working on my other sculpt though. I've been working on this, trying to get this to a point where we can finish it, so that way I can apply all of the things I've learned from this to the next sculpt and from the sculpt that I haven't finished yet. Apply what I've learned from that too to the next sculpt. There shouldn't be a double crease here, so I'm gonna smooth this one out and then leave this one in. Oh, that's orange. It's bright, bright orange. Now these do have hard, sharp edges. There's like some kind of frame in them that keeps them in a box shape. Some kind of wire, I guess. I don't know. I'm not really sure what it is, but they are very hard. This doesn't squash in easily. It's very boxy pouch. This is where all the magazines are kept for the weapon, whatever the weapon is. I'm just gonna smooth these out. These should be round. I don't know what happened here. There shouldn't be an edge like that either. It's gonna have to be done separately next time. Oh my goodness. How about that? How about them apples? And they should be more rounded too. It's not should be a boxy thing. I think the way that I could do it is if I lower the radius a little bit and then just inflate them, kind of give them more of a round shape. Because naturally, when you inflate it, it makes it a little bit more round. When you have the inflate tool, kind of whatever the stroke is, it gives it a little round shape. So just going over it like this should make it a little bit more round. But of course, it has that weird texture on it also. So that kind of leads me to believe that it's going to be kind of a difficult thing to try to get out. See, I'm trying to smooth this out and the crease is not going away. This is just a strap. It's a small strap. You just feed it through and you kind of pull it and it shuts. They don't. I think they have the clip. They have belt clips now here, but this is a Vietnam War era um thing, so it just has a little strap that you feed it through. Otherwise, it would be the little clips that has a little button on the side. You just press it in and it clips open. That yeah, that's what they put here in more modern versions of this. But this particular one is an old one, so we got to use that one. It's got to be lore. It's got to be era accurate because that's where the scene is during that era where these are more prevalent. So, oh wait, you know what? Let me go back because I want to keep that crease there. It's very creased edges there, and it's a little crook. It's uneven. It's not like this side. I think what I could do is just pull it to make it match the other side with the grab tool. It's a little better. It's not perfect, but it's a little better. Pull this down. Can I push this up? Pull that down. That's it's never gonna work with that size, so you gotta kind of lower the radius to do things like that. Okay. I mean, yeah, it serves its purpose at a distance. I can see. I don't think there's gonna be any panels where I'm like, oh, I gotta draw this perfect. I don't think so. I mean, well, I mean, I have enough here. It's kind of like a clam. You just make a little circular wire in this shape, but just a little better. Like I would have to put a line right there and then curve it in like that. That's all I would have to do. Very simple execution techniques there for that. And you see the lighting kind of, I can put the shadow under there and under here. And that's it. That's basically it. Very simple stuff. Hmm. Okay, back to this. So, okay, again, we're jumping around. I don't want to jump around. I don't want to jump around. I don't want to jump up, and get down. Okay, I don't want to do that. I want to get done with this because I am done. I'm mentally done already. After this, there is no more sculpting. This is the last thing. It's the end. All right, okay. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's pull that down. I don't even know why it's what. Okay, there we go. You know what? Let me save it. Definitely don't want to do any of this again. If this crashes before I save it, I'm gonna open it back up and just bake it and just be done. All right, this is it. That's it. I'm done. That's enough. That's enough. Dang it. It's over. I had enough of this. We'll just do better next time. Okay, that's what I would do. Even though I'm kind of already in that headspace, I'm going to try to do a, a little bit more to try to make this look a little better as best as I can make it. With the type of motivation that I have right now. I wanted this to be done last week, but I couldn't get the job done. I spent too much. I was really unsatisfied with this side, and it looked way worse than that. It took me a week to get it to look like that. It should not be. That should not be that way. That's like an hour at most. But here we are. Up, down, up, down. Okay. Oh, you know what? I might be able to smooth that out. Actually, I was just trying to pull down the little crevices there so they're more flat. course, you want to look at it straight on so you can see what you're doing. Can I smooth that out because I grabbed that a little too hard right there. Well, yeah, I think next time I would do a box. I would still do it like this. Oops. But the buckle and maybe the strap too, I would do separately and then just paste it on there. All things considered, I'm very satisfied with the front. I mean, even though these aren't super defined, but that's there. That's supposed to be there. But this turned out really well, and it transferred really, really well too. Let me look at the. And this might be the reason why, because there are more faces in it. So it could be the retopology and not garment tool. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do make basically just create more faces for smaller things. I'll look over here. These are smaller faces too, right? And as you can see, they're not so different. And it kept most of the shape. I don't know what that. Oh my. When you look over here, yeah, I think it. I don't know if I don't think. I mean, even though I'm not going to use garment tool anymore anyway. Um, yeah, it could actually be the retopology. I might have just did that wrong. Well, it's a good thing that I'm already accepting the fact that I had something to do with it. I'm not gonna blame Gomer too anymore. But I prefer to do it. I would prefer to do it closed manually now. So I think that's the reason. Take a little closer examination and try to understand where you went wrong. And that's just going through my head. I'm like trying to see that what's the solution there when I'm looking at things like this, trying to understand what it could be. And yeah, I think it actually is the retopology. So what? Oh, sorry. It's my mail. All right. Hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I don't even really need to smooth that out. Kind of makes it look more like a pouch that way. Just needs some texture. But this back here, yeah, something's got to be done about that. Look, it just took away all of its thickness. It could be that there aren't enough faces. I've seen what it could do to textures, but I didn't really consider the form itself could be damaged because that didn't happen in the last one, in my last sculpt. At least not on the body, of course. I mean, I don't even know if I went this far with the clothing. I don't think I did, to be honest. But the retopology just definitely has to match the level of detail you put in your work, I guess. It's good to know. I can't just beef that up because it kind of messes up the other side, doesn't it? Yep, sure does. Okay. So what's the solution here, huh? It's paper thin right here, but then it's like super meaty right there, and it's just completely done. It's not even. I can't add more mass because it'll mess up the front, and I don't want to mess up the front. I'd rather be the back messed up and the front be okay because you're not going to see the back, but you can definitely see that from the side. Can I just pull this up, make them meet, and not just never touch? Can I do that? Like I'm trying to just quick fix band-aid on bullet hole solutions. Okay, that's all we got here. Let me get rid of the body. This is how we rolling right now. Okay, this is not how I norm. This is I don't mean I would rather just do it right, but we're too far in. We would have to do a lot of things over again, trying to fix this stuff. And Like I said, since this isn't something that's going to be at the forefront of my project, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to see this ever again. So I'm going to just forgive some of these mistakes, but we're not going to make them again. Can I do that though? Can I just wait? No, because it's trying to push its way to the front. Let's look in the front here. Try to smooth out these bumps and creases and pinches that I've created. That I have created. I did this. It's me. It was always me. It wasn't Garment Tool. It was me. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, yeah. Because once you retopologize it, it's no longer Garment Tool. Anything that any kind of modifier or parameter, whatever you did to that Garment Tool put on, it wouldn't matter once you retopologize it, because the retopology wouldn't have those modifiers added onto it. So it's got so then that's the answer. The answer is the retopology itself is the reason why this is like this, which admittedly isn't as good as the body. Not that the body is great, but it's definitely better retopologized than the clothing. Clothing just isn't right now. It's definitely something I gotta work on. I think I like to say that I've already solved it in my next sculpt, but I mean, I'm sure there'll be a problem somewhere that I have to, well, not a problem, but something to improve anyway. That's fine. I don't mind that. Always improve. I like improving. There's always something that you can do better. Uh, this is just pulling an airhead. You ever have any airhead? Anybody out there have any airhead candies? It looks like a long tongue, and it comes in like a billion different colors, and they taste kind of like Kool-Aid, I guess, if you had Kool-Aid or any kind of other powdered drink. Kind of tastes like that, unless I don't think they have iced tea flavored ones, but like sweet powdered drinks, sweetened, tastes like that kind of. Front here, I expected that to happen, so let me just go ahead and smooth that out. Now it looks connected, but it isn't. I don't know. I mean, this isn't really gonna. I'm not gonna texture this side, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think it will affect anything. This is not the way you would fix a problem, though. Okay. Next time, I'm just gonna take a cube, squash it, stretch it into a rectangle, and then bam, that's the strap. And then curve it toward the body, curve it along the body profile. Instead of trying to, because I think what I did was I just masked out this and then cut it out and then retopologize that. But if I wanted to have clear edges, like it's a straps. There is a side on the strap, on a strap like this. So if I wanted to have like four sides on the strap, like the side, back, front, sides, back, and front, then that would be the best way to do it. And then it would be really easy to retopologize too. And all I'd have to do is just put enough faces in it so things like this don't happen. I think what I was trying to do was because this is like I used a game ready tutorial with what they seemed like in my observation, they tried to make something look really, really, really good, but with the least amount of polygons. I think what I was trying to do was to try to put the like to manually put less faces in the retopology, but I think things like this happen when you don't put enough faces in. So I should probably just trust the baking process, because that's what's going to get you, you know, your that's going to save you the space that you're looking for in a game project, I guess. Baking high poly onto low poly. But I was trying to make it low poly right off the bat, so I think when I do retopology going forward, I'm not going to worry about that anymore and just put as many faces as I need. Okay, just be super liberal with it, and then just hope and just let the baking, decimate it without actually decimating it. I don't think you should decimate. Baking is better. That is a thing. You can decimate the polygons and make them low, but we're not gonna do that. Now that looks probably not good, but that's the that's the solution I've come up with. Just grab it, just smush it together, and just leave it. These are things you don't want to do. Okay, I've had it. I can't fix it. I can't smooth it. I can't smooth it. I can't add anything because it'll mess up the front. So I have to do it this way. I'm just. This is literally like the worst kind of sculpting. This is like sculpt number one type stuff. But I'm out of solutions. Okay, I can't fix that kind of mistake. I just can't. And that's super thin. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't even care anymore. Woo. Sorry. Anyways, trying to move this down. I'm trying to preserve some of that edge there by just grabbing the front and pushing it down a little bit. Yeah, I think that is the solution. We still have some things to improve on the retopology. Now, I think I've solved it already in my other sculpt, but time will tell. I miss Z-Remesh. Retopology kind of sucks. At least my retopology kind of sucks right now. We'll fix it though. I'm determined to fix it. We have two edges here. I'm gonna smooth this one out. This one doesn't. This edge right here doesn't. I don't even know why this is here because I didn't do this. I think it was the shrink wrap that did it, but whatever. Oh wait, I wanted to keep that low so I could do the edges here. That. Okay. Try to smooth this out here. This buckle got mangled too. I guess we could try to add something there that will make it look a little better. And yeah, the next time, definitely gonna make sure that these little details are done, are taken care of with the utmost care, because I know what's gonna happen if I don't try to keep the form in the retopology. It's gonna turn out like this again. I don't want to deal with this ever again. If I see this again, I am just going to not be happy at all. Let me just. I could have inflated. That would have been better. Try to move this around. I'm just trying to keep it rounded. This strap is, yeah, I guess they go over. Okay, so the strap is going over the front loop here. It's not going over, going through the front loop and over this one. Try to grab something here. I'm gonna take this and just pull it. Oh, no, 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 no. What in the heck even happened here? Welcome, 99. Welcome. I'm just struggling with these finer details here, but we're all right. We're doing all right. Um, I think I'm over this. I think this is as far as I could go with this. this I think we're just done. I think I'm gonna just let it go, and because this will serve its purpose as is. It's just we're going to have to make sure that we we do the necessary adjustments for the next one. And I just do that. I'll try to fill that in a little bit. This right here, I want to get rid of. I don't know why that's there. Try to scrape that out. Scrape it. This is not scrape. All right. What if I draw? Oh no, never mind. I got what's his name? I got what's his name on it. I don't feel like taking that off. Stabilized stroke. So we'll just dig in a little bit there. That looks terrible. Well, I missed. What did you miss? You missed nothing really. I'm just trying to fix the mistakes that were left from shrink wrapping. I think the culprit is the red topology that I did for this particular piece, which I have already addressed in my next sculpt. I'm just trying to make this look better before I bake it, before I bake the details on. I don't want to bake any of these weird things on to the final product, so I'm just smoothing everything out at this point. I think it's fine as it is. I mean, it's as good as it can be without having to start over. But it'll serve its purpose. But other than that, no, you didn't really miss anything. Just trying to get finish this last bit of article of clothing, so that way I can get to the texturing. Why, thank you. I think yeah, I already know what I can do to make this look better, but it has to be done on another sculpt. It can't be done on this. It physically cannot be done on this sculpt unless I went all the way back to the ret topology and did it again, and I'm not doing that. I'm not. I don't. I want this done. Okay. I want to finish this. I'm just gonna have to apply the changes to a brand new scope. And I think the next character doesn't even have anything like this, does he? Let me see. I made some concept art years ago when I started writing this of the characters before I decided to focus on the story itself, and then once the story was done, then draw, which honestly I think is a mistake because not drawing for 3 years will not help in the slightest, but nonetheless, that's what I did. Um, I just want to take a quick look at some of my old art here. Let's see if I can. Oh, crap. All right. Apparently, I didn't make it a JPEG. I have to open up Photoshop to look at it. And it's recovered? Really? I just want to see real quick with the next character. Oh yeah, he has like way more. He has way more accessories than this guy does, but I'm gonna make sure that they're done right. Like I said, that was one of the characters I really enjoyed writing in the story. So we're gonna make sure that his sculpt is just as good, so we can accurately depict all the cool stuff that he does. No, everybody has every one of my every one of my characters has a really cool moment in the story. So, but he has a lot of cool moments. So there you go, man. Yeah, that's a lot of accessories. I'm telling you, that's a good thing. Yes, very good, very good. Even this guy is he's not as important to the story. This particular character, but he has some cool moments too. Just not in this scene. He's introduced in this scene, but he doesn't actually do much. So all of this, I mean, and I think in the scene where he actually does something, he's not even wearing this particular piece of equipment at the time, so it's not important at all. That's what the funny part is. In the very first scene where he's introduced, he's wearing this. Oops. But in the scene where he actually does something, he's not wearing this. So go figure, right? Stories are weird like that. I the only thing that I'm not sure about doing is because these characters are going to be in a lot of scenes, obviously, right? But I was toying with the idea of sculpting the clothes that they're going to wear in those scenes. They're not going to wear the same things. They're not always going to be in this 1972 Vietnam era uniform, okay? Because the story is not going to stay in 1972. There's some significant time jumps, okay? And different scenes and different days, blah blah blah. All right. So yeah, that was the only thing. That's the only thing that I'm not sure if I should do or not. I could use the clothes that they have now and just draw something different. I mean, that's super easy to do, but it would probably be a little more helpful if I drew them in the actual clothes that they're going to be wearing. But that's a lot of work. So I don't know. It would be easy to just do more clothes though, but still, still a lot of work. And then I'm not even sure how that would work. Like, well, actually, I am sure how that would work. What am I talking about? I can just take the final product of this sculpt, right? Make it into a new project, delete the clothes, and then just mask out more clothing. That's literally all it would take, and then just unwrap. It wouldn't be that much more work, but because the clothes are easy to start. Oh, okay. Yeah, clothes would be really easy to start and continue. So, and it wouldn't even affect what's underneath. I think actually no. I think if I masked and extruded, I think it would still have some of the the textures of the thing that I masked from. But that's as simple as just deleting it. Just delete the texture. It's fine, and then just shaping it from there. Yeah, I guess I could do it. Wouldn't be that much more work. Yeah. All right. Well, that's something to consider for the future. Not gonna worry about it right now. All right. Let me just grab this and pull it down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not really super important. I'm just making little things here and there. Is Photoshop still up? Does it actually save time or are you shuffling future work to now? I'm not I'm not The only thing that would, if I were to do that, the only thing that would be a benefit is that the body would already be done. I'm not going to do it now. No, it doesn't need to be done anytime soon either. This scene, the next scene, and the scene after that will can be done with whatever I sculpt in the near future. Okay, it's just when I start showing those characters again, um, that's when I have to make the decision of making new clothes or not. And that's not going to be for a while. I'm going to have the entire prologue done by the time I have to make that decision. So the entire prologue and a lot of part one, a lot of part one, and then you're going to start seeing these characters again, but they're going to be wearing different stuff. That's it. That's literally it. That is so far in the future. And there'll be so much that will be drawn by then that it wouldn't even matter. It would just be me, okay, I gotta sculpt this new character, and then oh yeah, this character is back. I just gotta do more clothes for him if I choose to do it that way. That's it. If I were to do it, if I were to just take the characters right now and then just do every piece of clothing that they will wear in the future, then I would be shuffling that work to now. But I don't want to do that. I want to I kind of just want to move away from this character now. I don't want to do his whole wardrobe right now. And I may not have to. I could easily just, oh, he's wearing that. Okay. Let me see this shirt. This is just an example here. All right. His shirt. Okay. Now it's a suit jacket, and I'll just draw the tie in there, something like that, or and now this is a flannel. I could just draw this as a flannel. That's it, or something, a jacket. Now it's a jacket. I'll just put a space in between here and make it look more like a jacket. I could do that too. That's the wrong texture. Okay, there we go. It's just dumb stuff like that. Really, that's all it really matters. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep and just bake this now. Okay, because I think that's enough. It's not gonna look any better than this. It's not gonna look that much better. Okay, I think we're good. I'm tired of working on this now. um, all right. Let's see. No, let's see. Well, I mean, I could do that better, but I'm just not. I'm not gonna do it. It's got a line there. That's all I need to do is put a line there. Even when I move it, it looks weird. It looks weird right there. It looks like it's original the way it looked when I before I started manipulating it. All right. Let's see here. Got to pull this out some. Oops, not edit mode, object mode, please. Make that sure that's selected. Okay, this is the. Yeah, I think this is gonna appear right up there because I already have a space for it right there. Mm, non-color. What was it again? Was it? Yeah, I already did that. Color. Oh, right. I'm gonna take that off. Shift A to normal map. Color to color. Normal to normal. Like so. Okay. And we already have this from the last one. Let me just go ahead and save this now again. Okay. And we have Right, right. It's got to be 0. No. Yeah, this is going to be 0. Right? Viewport and, yeah, viewport and sculpt at 0. Cycles. That there. Do not clear the image. Do not bake from multi-res. Should be able to just hit bake now. I think we're good. All right, now we gotta wait for it to bake. It's at 0%. I cannot wait to see how the pages are gonna turn out. I can't wait. I gotta see. I just want to see it materialized in an actual page of the comic that it's going to be the final product. All right, the actual final product. I can picture it in my head. I know how it's gonna look. I just want to draw it because when I was writing it, I kind of mentally made a note of how things would look. So it'll be really easy to storyboard. Of course, I'm not gonna just straight up draw the page. I'm gonna try to plan it out. Make sure that the panels make sense, and make sure it's not up. Walls of text. Make sure there's enough words on it. Plan all the lettering and all that stuff. But I think it'll turn out really well. I think it'll turn out the way. Hang on, I had a phone call. Sorry about that work stuff. Okay, I am back. And it looks like the baking is done. There we go. There's the bake. Got the bake done, everybody. Woo, yeah, woo, hey. Thanks. All right, we're back. It's all baked. Now, the fun stuff, the coloring. I think, when I do a drawing and I start coloring it, I think that's, at that point, I have a good idea of how things are going to turn out. And usually I am satisfied with it. Okay. In this case, I don't know if the baking details took in the way that I wanted them to because I did not make a test texture. I'm going to keep that in mind for next time. But however this turns out right now, that we're going to go with it. I'm not going back. Okay. If I messed up, I just messed up. It's plain and simple. Okay. Um, this is what we don't need anymore. I'm going to take the original LBE and we're going to delete that. And I have a backup file in case things are so destroyed that I actually have to start over. So it's not so bad. Um, but I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not planning on going back. I think we got it. This, like I said, even in this state, it's more than enough for me to reference. I have backup references of my character that I drew a long time ago that I've used to create this guy. So any missing details, I can just add them back in. It's not a big deal. And yeah, that's it. I think it's fine. Is there anything else that we left here? Let's see. LP. We only want the LPs. They're good. And the bottom teeth, top teeth, the underwear, which we're not gonna need that either. That's just for Twitch. Yeah, and we have to finish the eyes. So there it is. What happened to the color, by the way? What happened here? Where's the color? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyways, let's see. What do we got? All right, let's save that image. All right, so I'm gonna do some coloring. I'm gonna start with the body. Oh wait, you know what? I might actually need the underwear for this because I don't want to see the clothes right now. What I'm going to do, I'm leave the teeth in. What I want to do is I want to see if the textures actually worked. All right, so we saved the image. We can exit out. It should still be there. Why is everything all the way over there now? I don't know. This is what we need. All right. Start out. All right. Name. New color underscore. Oh, hang on a second. Underscore map. And we're going to do 8K textures. 8192. 192. I don't think I've seen you color on here before. Yeah, no one has. Um, for all of my sculpts so far that I've done on stream, for one reason or another, I ended up coloring them off stream. I think what I wanted to do was I wanted to do the entire process on my first sculpt, but then I gave up half like by the time I got to this point and just did it off stream. The second time, I had to take a hiatus from streaming for a bit due to real life stuff, and I ended up doing it off stream again. This time, we got the whole thing that I wanted to do in the first place on this guy. All right, just so I can have it all documented. All right, and now we're here. All right, I wanted to do this for the first sculpt though. Just didn't get it. I just didn't do it. All right, let's see. We got a new image. We got a new image. All right. Okay, wait a minute. Never mind. You know what? I'm not even gonna address that. I'm not even gonna address that. I'm tired of talking about that. Anyways, okay, let's see here. We got, all right, we got to create a, wait, why does it say world? Oh, there it is. Texture. Oh, that puts color map. No, 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 no. Okay, no. I'm not addressing anything. We are okay. No, everything is fine. Everything is fine. Let's see. Wait, I hit new, right? Okay, wait, whoa, 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 whoa. I just made a color map. I don't see it in this thing here, so that's weird. It could be I just didn't actually. Oh, I didn't. I might have not hit new image. Okay, all right, no problem. We'll just do it again. Underscore map 8192 again. 8192 bingo 8192. I was slightly distracted by the thing that I am not going to address. Okay. Oh, the only problem is do I uncheck that? I don't have that. I don't think that's an issue, so I'm gonna leave that alone. I hope that's not an issue anyway. New image. Oh wait, hold on, wait. M color map. I don't want this to be affected by any other existing color maps. All right. Even though I can't see any other existing color maps, but you never know. All right, there's our color map right there, right up over there. All right, and image texture. Wait, hold on, wait. It shouldn't be a normal map though. Should there? Oh, I see. Wait, leave that alone. We gotta make a new one, don't we? At least I think so. I actually wasn't. Actually, you know what? You know what? Hold on. Hold on a second, okay? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna save this. Exit out. We could just use our last sculpt to see how we set it, just to make sure, because I didn't take that down in my notes. Okay, this is where I left it. Just like so you can see the clothes are a little bit more simpler, but I did have some details in them. I didn't even try to do the buckles. That's why I didn't have any problems with them, because I just drew like a basic shape. Okay, so now you can see, but everything else is there. Anyways, that's why I didn't have that problem last time. That yeah, I know. That was my reasoning behind doing that. But since improving the clothing is like one way to take it a step further. That's where the direction that I ended up going in. As you can, I just drew the basic area where the cargo pocket should be, but they look much better on the next one. Anyways, what's going on here? I put. Can I click on the body? Oh, you know what? It's not. We're not in object mode. First of all right, there we go. Wow, look at all that mapping. Okay, I think some of that is this color ramp. Yeah, I don't actually roughness. Yeah, roughness map. I remember that. Okay, yes, it is two different separate ones. This is what we have so far. This is what we're trying to create next. That's the next thing. Um, as far as the roughness is concerned, I am not sure what that was for. I think this was. Roughness map. Was that for the skin or was that for the hair? I don't remember. I will definitely suss that out. Texture coordinate mapping, noise texture. This is also for the roughness. Color ramp. Yeah, also for the all into the roughness. I just don't remember what the roughness was for, but you know, by the time you see that, it'll all be worked out. Okay, so yes, separate. I'm gonna make sure. Of course, the last thing I did was the hair. You can see the hair follicles there. Those textures were made for the hair cards, and we're gonna do that again. This is how it looks up close. The only concern with this is making sure that the scalp doesn't show at every. I mean, at this angle, it kind of you can kind of see it, but the way to you would fix that would be to just color in where the hair would be. I didn't do it this time, but I did it on my last sculpt. I didn't think I needed to do it because, like I said, these are for drawing. But if I were to put this in a game, then of course I would color that in to make it look better. All right, let me just X this out. Don't save anything, please. All right. They're just going to look better and better every time I do it. I'm looking forward to it. EGM. This is where we are right now with our next one. Now that we know, we have a better idea of what is going on. Shift A. I need another image texture. Wait, what? That is not what's supposed to happen. I did click image texture, didn't I? Okay. I don't know what happened there, but it tried to open. I must have not have clicked it at the last second. I don't know. I'm not going to look at the VOD to try to see what happened. Because it doesn't really matter. We fixed it. All right. Color map. And then color to color. All right. We did it. We did it. It's done. Not only is it done, but we did it. We did it because it's done. I don't know why I keep saying that. All right, so now we're going to go to texture paint mode, and of course it's going to show up as you know, the texture is, which is all black. He's even more black than the than ever before. So we're going to try to fix that. Let's see, fill. Uh, oh yeah, it's up here, right? We could just fill in the body, and then from there, this guy's black already. He actually, you know, not the color black, but he's a black man. I have not. I don't think I've ever done color zones for a black dude. So we're gonna have to figure that out. Some certain things don't show, you know, because you know the color of the skin. So it'll be interesting to figure that out. We'll just stay HLT. Okay, there we go. Should be really easy to, you know, we don't have to really figure out anything really. I know how to do it. It's just it'll be the actual color zones that I'm gonna have to. But actually, you know what? I don't think I need to. I think I already figured that out. Never mind. Okay, color. Yeah, that's about a brown, right? And just lower that saturation, make it darker. See, real simple. That is not the color that I was going for. Okay, how can I switch this to that? Easy. Super easy. We just do that and uh-oh. Okay, now we gotta start over. Now we gotta start over, okay? All right. Game over. Game over, everyone. That's all right. We'll just do it again. All right. Now let's go a little closer. It's not. That's a little too much like chocolate. Try to bring that down a little bit. This is my first time doing it in 3D. I mean, it's easy to figure out when you're drawing, at least when I'm drawing. But 3D, we're gonna have to wing it. And it's really, I mean, you could cheat and just eye drop a an image of a black person, but you still have to figure out all of the different gradients and whatnot on your own because it's not gonna be the same. We have eyes. We can see he's black. Yes, that's not what I meant. I guess that's fine. I'm just testing here to see if there's like he's not supposed to be there isn't a specific darkness that he has to have, but I just want him to look more realistic. That's only because he's at low poly right now, so it's not gonna see something here. Will this show? It's supposed to show, I think. Oh, it's not showing. Well, we'll figure that out. About here. Why is he shiny? This is not. I swear, if this doesn't come out right, I'm just gonna leave it. Or I could just reference him in this mode and just not worry about it. But yeah, that's a little concerning, but we will figure I'm gonna figure it out. Don't worry about it. Hmm. Oh yeah, that is for the color zone, right? Okay. Nah, maybe not like that. It doesn't look natural. You want to apply a good base. It still looks like chocolate, like a chocolate man. You know what I just want to try to make it. Well, I mean, like I said, it's a base color. It's not going to look right at first. You just draw on top of that. I did it right. Is this the same color? I guess it is. It looks like he's made out of chocolate. I want to be able to see all the things I'm going to add to it, so I'm going to make sure that the base color is good enough. Could be that we need to go a little bit this way. That looks a little better. I think that'll work. I think that might work. Let me save that. I should be able to add more to that, and it won't be too dark to not see it. Now where are we going now? Huh? I really wanted to see if I could see all the stuff that I added, but something is not right with this. Yeah, I want to see what's going on here. It should not look like that. First of all, I don't see any of my pores that I made, which is not great. What happened to the pores? And then on top of that, I don't see anything at all on this on the render. So, uh, yeah, something's got to be done. Honestly, I think I could probably still fix it without having to redo it if I take the older file and then just copy the high polys back in to this file from the old file and then rebake it. I could do it that way. But now I know how I'm going to spend the time that I'm not streaming doing. I know what I'm going to be doing then. It's going to be trying to get the details back on, or we could just leave it like this. I don't know. I'd rather not though. I'd rather try to fix the problem. Yeah, that's weird. Why is it metallic looking? Is it because of? Let me save it. Control. Oh, I can't control Z that. Sometimes when you can't just bring it back once you delete something. No, do not save the changes. That's why I always save it first before I delete something. You can't control Z every deletion. Once you delete it, it's gone. Actually, the answer would be in the texture. I think. Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't save the image. Okay, well, there you go. So I got to do the color again. I have to do the color again. I didn't save the image. Okay, all right, no problem, no problem, no problem. Yeah, you got to save the image. I forgot to save the image. Mm-hmm. All right, no problem, no problem, no problem. Let's do it again. Jeez Louise. I was fine with saving the image before. I just forgot to do it. I got to do it again. Woe is me. All right, we're back to chocolate. Now we got to get something a little more realistic here. So many different problems. I should have just made the test textures. It's there. You can see the color there. Just trying to choose the color that. Okay, he's starting to look a little more like sickly, I guess. Move back this way. Okay, I think that's fine. Okay, now let me just click save. Wait a minute. Gotta save it as Targa. There we go. Okay. I don't remember what I did before, but because you should be able to see the all the stuff that I baked on, but I don't see it. I don't see it. Roughness, alpha, normal. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. That's freaking weird, bro. Yowza, that's not where that's supposed to go. Okay, let's see here. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling up some references. That's really bothering me. I don't know why I don't see the the stuff that I baked on. Especially when I can see it in the map. Oh wait, hold on, wait. I can see it in the normal map. I can see it in the normal map. There it is right there. All right, so it is there. It's just not in I don't know. Yeah, I can see the pores now. So why am I not seeing it in the color map, huh? Why does it look like that? What are these patches? What happened? What is going on? There's nothing there. I don't see anything there. What about here? What is that patch right there? What is that? I don't know. I actually don't know why it's there. All right. So there are some problems I need to address. I don't know why I'm not seeing this and the color. It's not showing me both. It's only doing one at a time, which is weird. Color, normal map to normal, yes. If that's doing something, maybe I'm not at that step yet. I'm not sure though. What's it doing? Nothing? Okay. Yeah, that's something that I will address at a later date. We can't see all the pieces together right at this time for some reason. Like I don't know why the color is not appearing here, and I don't know why I can't see. Well, can I see the yeah, the I think the pores are there. No, that could just be the random noise from rendering. Yeah, I don't know why. Oh, I know why. Because I'm in texture paint. Hold on, wait. That's the reason. Let's go to object mode instead. No, never mind. That's not. Never mind. I was hoping. What about sculpt mode? Okay, he's still metallic. I'm going to fix that definitely. Where's the color? Nothing. Don't see it. Object. All right. Well, yeah, I'll figure that out later. There's something that I'm probably not at yet. I'm not at that level yet. I could just be jumping the gun here. But it still should show. I just don't know why. I don't know. I thought I could. I swear it's supposed to show. Yeah, it should not be metallic. And this should show everything all at once. I just don't know why it's not. All right, back to texture mode. That's something I'm just gonna have to figure out later. Okay, let me see. Okay. I'm gonna do a little bit of coloring and then I'm going to call it. I'm pulling up some references for color zones. So get it right here. I want that one. Yeah, I guess so. Hmm. All right. So what I'm going to do now is, let's see, we need, kind of want to mute the colors a little bit. I can't use the same color palette as someone who has fairer skin because then it's going to like he's just painted on. You know, the color's going to look painted on. So I'm going to have to choose something a little more. Red. I'm gonna do red first. I don't even know if it could. I mean, like I said, the skin tone could vary with skin tone, but I'm gonna try to do this right here, or try to figure out what's going on here. When I draw a character with this skin tone, I only use yellow because I wasn't sure if I could use red or anything else without messing it up. So I just used yellow. It came out fine. It's just that's probably not realistic, and you probably won't even notice. Let me see. Yeah, it's about the right strength. No, I'm gonna go a little bit lower. Okay. Let's see. We're just gonna start with the face here. An orthographic view. Where's my? Oh no! Don't! I did use the fill too. Oh my god, no. Oh, what's happening? What are we doing here? Okay? What are we doing? All right. We're back. We're back. Don't worry about it. We're cool. Everything's fine. Let's see. Paint, art, blur, smear, clone, fill, mask. Okay. These were changed in the course of making this. I was looking for the draw tool. I don't think there's a draw tool anymore. I think they changed it. Now it's called paint hard. So we'll just use that. Um, texture. What's this? Okay. First of all, it looks like the thing changed. I was gonna see something real quick. Okay, that's a little better, but we want something with some actual texture to it. So that's what I'm going to do here. That's why we're here in the draw tool properties. I'm looking for this. Yeah, I'm actually looking for properties. New. No, that's not what we want. Color palette. Paint hard. Yeah, sorry, it's been a while since I've done this, so I gotta remember what I did. I'm looking for properties that could have been changed. What I want to do is I want to add a cloud texture. Okay, that's the next step, but I'm trying to remember where that was. It's like a very spread out cloud texture, so it likes like it look like a porous texture, and then paint it in. So that way it's just not a flat color when I draw the well, right now I'm not drawing anything, but when I draw the thing over, when I draw this, everything's cool, right? Why am I not affecting this now? What is happening? Oh, it could be because there's no texture, which is what we're doing. Um, yeah, texture properties. I hit new, right? Yeah, new texture. Oops. New. There should be a cloud setting here. I can't find it though. Or is it this? No, it's not. New. Just stop. Oh, that's not. It's not on the color palette. A new texture. Oh wait, I'm trying to open it. There we go. This is not an alpha. I'm pretty sure it's not anyway. I think I'm just not doing the right thing here. What the heck? There, I found it. Oh my god. All right. I found it. Now we have the cloud texture. Okay, let me see. Color clamp. We want that. Color ramp. Dark. About right there. Then the light. Wow. And right there. That's it's a little too much. You don't want him. I don't want him to be that red. That's what I was talking about. It looks like he's wearing makeup. So we're gonna go ahead and reduce that a little bit, about to about. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I never really used red on dark skin. I was thinking about starting with yellow because that's the easiest, but I'm gonna try red because that's kind of like new territory for me. So trying to do red. Trying to do red here. About that. Just don't want to mess it up. Although I mean, I could just I could start over. It's not a big deal, but It's too red. That's way too red. Maybe. And then on top of that, the cloud texture that I made doesn't. It's something off about it. I don't know what that is. Color. Yeah, we selected clamp already. We did the color ramp stuff. It should be like a snowy TV type deal, you know? But it looks weird. It looks different than that. I'm trying to see if there's a setting that there might be a setting actually that size. Oh, here we go. That's the reason because I didn't adjust any of that. 3. Depth is already at 2. It's a little better actually. It's actually a lot better. Okay. All right, so we got everything. Color, soft. Strength is, I changed the strength actually. Still looks like somebody slapped him in his forehead a little bit. Nah, that's too strong still. That doesn't even look like red. That's the funny part. That looks like brown, but it's not. It's red. It's a reddish color. About a little bit darker. I want it to blend in with his skin, not it's not that's not working. That is not working. All right. How about just did this? What if I made it lighter? It's way too light. I'm gonna have to lower the strength. That's the strength that I used last time, but it's not gonna work for this. Oh, lower. Actually might work. I think I might just go with this. Maybe a little lower. Maybe a little lower. Maybe a little bit lower. It could be that the base color is too dark, but I'm going to go with this. We gotta figure it out. Okay, it's a little, it's a little better, I think. I think that's fine. I think we're gonna go with this. I think I'm gonna go with this. All right, so he's gonna have hair, so I want to make sure that this goes into his hair, and so that way it doesn't look like he's just the front of his face is just painted. I didn't really plan out where his hair was. I just need to extend. Okay, so basically, this is mostly bone, right? But for I guess for darker skinned people, you would use red anyway. But like this guy was fair skinned, I would be using yellow more up here. I'm going to use yellow around the brow and around the cheekbones, and then just red up there. Okay. You want to keep in mind all the bony landmarks that you sculpted earlier in this project, because that's where you would put yellow, and the more fleshy areas would have red. But um, that's not how darker skinned people are painted. So I'm going to try doing it that way and seeing if we can get something here that looks a little more. If I mess it up, I can just do it again. All I have to do is just delete the, or just I drop this, paint over it, and then just start over. So it's not really a big deal. Coloring is the easy part. It's nothing like sculpting. And then I got to figure out where my pores are, because the pores are supposed to be here. I'll do that off stream though. They're there, or they're on the right map. I just got to see how I connected it so I can fix it. I'm gonna go back a little bit further. He's gonna have hair like right there. Just want to make sure that there's no base color there. Okay. Stretch it down a little bit. Basically, it's not gonna really see any of the blotch work that I just did. So it should be fine like that. Trying to see where else would you put red? I guess around the ear. Subsurface scattering should take care of this though. So when the light hits it, your ear will glow like a reddish or orangish color. But we can put some color there already. All right, so you can have a little bit of red about right there. Probably do that. Something. I knew it was Metal Gear. What the heck? I kept hearing that. like, what is that? Is that a Metal Gear thing? Yes, it is. And of course the lips, which I can't see where they're supposed to be because the details are not there for some reason. I'm really gonna have to figure that out. I should be seeing the details here so I can see exactly where to put the red at, but yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what happened there. Right now, we're just gonna have to take a wild guess. I hope I didn't just select. I'm gonna assume that that was already flat. I'm gonna make his lip too red. It's gonna like blackface. We don't want that. So we're just gonna make this one kind of reddish. Um, might have to go a little bit lighter for the lip specifically, but we'll keep it there for now. But we're gonna stay on red for a bit. You know what? Okay, so I'm gonna do the side of the nose here. Normally this part of coloring it's very easy. But like I said, I've never done this tone. I've never done this the skin tone like this before. I only used one color because I wasn't sure. I wasn't like I don't really see like reddish hues in a darker skin tone. So I just use yellow. If it were just my face, my complexion is easy because you can see where you would put red and yellow just on my face right there. But this guy is darker than me, so it's kind of I'm unsure a little bit. But I think we got. I think this will work though. Actually, there's a lot of different colors in the face. It's not just the skin tone and that's it most of the time. Um, when that's the thing about using uh, if you use people who are if you're looking at people who are like celebrities as a reference, a lot of that's covered up, okay? They put the they apply the the mask and then all the makeup above that, so you don't really get to see all that when you're looking at those types of people. But in people who aren't like made up like that, you can see a lot more than that. So that's what we're doing here, trying to add that in. If you do it right, it turns out pretty well. If you don't do it right, then you'll just have like really colorful looking people. But it can work. I think that's a little too much on the neck, actually. Can we go back? That was a little too many strokes. I got a little too comfortable with that. I'm just gonna put like one. All right, just a little bit there. I mean, you can tell, right? You can tell that like when you make a person one flat color, you can see how that it doesn't look right to your eye. So eyes are just kind of weird like that. They just notice things that you wouldn't normally think about. So I'm gonna try going for the yellow now. This way a little bit. Let's see what we got. I just wish I had the texture on because I don't want it to be that shiny, but there is a step where we add sweat. I can add the sweat onto the skin to make it shiny, but we're not there yet. That will happen. Now that doesn't look like that's not clearly that's not actually yellow, but it will add yellow. I think. Let's go a little bit yellow, just a little bit more yellow. Maybe a little bit more yellow. This is much easier to do in digital art. It's my first time doing it in 3D. With this skin color anyway. Fair skin's a little bit easier, but we're going to get it done. It's going to come out just fine. I'm gonna have to blend some of this too. You can see on the neck. Might need to blend some of that. Put yellow there. Oh yeah, and the eyebrows too. Yeah, we gotta do the eyebrows. He only has eyebrows. He doesn't have any facial hair, this guy, so it'll be easy. I got one guy with a mustache. I already did him though. I'm definitely going to take a look at the baking details though at some point today. Just want to make sure that everything's cool here. I thought once I added the color, I could just hit the render mode and see everything, but it's not popping up. That's really bothering me. But it'll be all right. I'll figure it out. To make sure I know the symmetry is on. I just wanted to make sure before I started the cheek. Sort of. I mean, I'm gonna have to play with this a lot, and but I'm going to make this work. I guess. I guess that's okay. Can blend it that way. Just kind of just blend the colors together a little bit. The collarbone, of course, that's going to be, I wish I could see it. The details are not there for some reason. I definitely got to take a look at that. Yeah, some blending is going to be needed for this, but this is essentially, the gist of it, basically. But for the whole body. So I'm going to add a little bit more in the center there. It should work. I'm actually using that color, am I? I actually don't. Some blending is required. This is fine, I guess. Yeah, I gotta see the full picture. This might not be the same. Get a little bit more red. I mean, obviously it's not the same shade, but see something real quick. Let's do a little bit of purple, or indigo. This is basically use this color because the facial hair. I think you might be able. No, I think people use like green for women. That's something that I'm definitely going to have. I was afraid to use that color when I drew women, so I never really used green, like usually around the lips or whatever. But I'm going to experiment with that because that is definitely a color that people use, and I just don't understand it, but I want to, so I'm gonna figure that out. Basically, we're just gonna trace where the hair could grow at, like above the lip and the side of the face. That's the thing behind it, basically. Just want to make sure that it's. Yeah, I'll blend it at some point in the future, but my main concern right now is trying to address why I can't see my pores. You don't want to make it too purple. Yeah, let me go back on that. I think because of the symmetry, it's kind of doubling up on the chin, so let me just not do that. Now it has to be blended better, but this is basically the color zones, okay? It just looks weird without all the textures. Try smudging it. Making sure that it's nice and even. It just doesn't look like somebody just painted on his face. That's someone being me, of course. There is some lag here, so that's not me being careful. So weird. I see the lines there. I'm trying to get rid of them. That is a very bright shirt. That's not the color it's gonna be. It's just the color it is right now. Okay, it's doing better now. It's actually going faster for some reason. Oh, oh, no, no, no. Let me blend that out. I suspect that the all the baked details of probably that's I'm probably just not at that step yet, and I just don't remember. Like I said, this is a pretty big workflow. I sometimes I do things out of order, but I'm definitely going to take a look at that. All right, I'm definitely going to be working on this, but that's basically the start of what I'm trying to do here. Okay, but I think I'm going to call it right here. I want to thank you anyone who stopped by and checked out the stream and hung out. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for if you're watching the VOD. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching on YouTube as well. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have all the issues with the bake details figured out, and probably the color zones too. I think they'll probably be done. I think at that point, and then we can move on to another step. All right. So I'm gonna try to come back tomorrow for another stream. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day.